rivalry game that has defined both of these programs for generations. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack. Will kick it away to start us off. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So Clemson's offense will get the ball first. Clemson just put a beat down on the Gamecocks the last time these two met.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. And Clemson's talent being far superior, dominated, cocky. They got to have an answer this time, Jesse. They were embarrassed a year ago.
South Carolina just has to start faster. You're not going to beat a team like Clemson with all of their athletes if you're sleepwalking out of the tunnel. Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find your rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here in the game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a... There he goes. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Looking to get it in. And they will score. Touchdown Tigers. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
The Gamecocks offense will get the ball for the first time. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards...
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. And remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
He wants to change this route. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Keeps looking downfield. Snagged out of the air. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down. They'll start this drive going to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Polk. And it'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. He'll keep it himself. He has the 1st and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Boston. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. On the option. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal.
Number 48 on field goal.
Absolutely center cut. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on 4th down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, giving 1. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. He'll throw it. Finds his tight end. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Scanning the field, it's Sparks. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Now on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, they'll go to the air. He slings it deep to the left. He's got it! Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
The give to the tailback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchdown. Ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Play action on first down. Makes the catch. It's Polk. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Got it behind the line. It's Polk. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
Rushes on him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more...
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. From the gun, the running back has it. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Leaves it with the back. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Pass ball's incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Back to throw time running short in the half. Looking for a huge play. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, Carolina have given us some stirring moments. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's send it back to the guys to see how the battle between South Carolina and Clemson plays out.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking for a man. It's Overton. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Wants to go up top. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And this offense has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't get behind the sticks consistently. They've got to start to narrow this gap.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Here comes the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got out of trouble and throws. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So
throws toward the end zone. And the ball was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's sort this one out. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. They'll go to the counter play. Creates a little space. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. The Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. They'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun to give to the back. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Overton. Somehow fits it into that traffic.
Slant routes. They're good against man coverage, but they're good. Zone coverage, too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And the Gamecocks can really attack on this second and short. Leaves it with the back. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Takes the easy completion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the field.
The RPO, it's complete. Got room at the 35. He's finally stopped, and not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback adapting. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Snaps it in the shotgun. Steps away to find some room. Turning it on! And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. They'll try the run. Quick spin on the run. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down, we're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Boston. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the Gamecocks are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And that falls incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The handoff, keep working on that clock. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
They're going to ride this running back. Got the first down and more. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Hands it off. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
That's why it's so important to have success on first and second down. They're running the ball on second down. You trust your O-line to get the job done. The running back does his. And now, with the positive play, you're setting up 3rd and inches.
He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
Snagged in the middle. It's Riddle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Back to pass. It's Overton. He wants a big play here late. Makes the grab on the big throw. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. They've got the screen set up. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Now, 4th down.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
Looking to scramble. Trying to make magic with his feet. Oh, he's got some space. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring it.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
They'll try to pound their way in. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. They got him. It's a sack. A stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
This is so exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one.
No gain on the play. 3rd down coming up.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Overton. A deep throw as the clock winds down. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Looking to throw on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.